1.
Firework.
Firework.
The nighttime fireworks show is one of the most attractive features in the Walt Disney World Resort.
2.
Dust.
Dust.
After working 500 meters below the ground for 10 hours, the miner had coal dust all over his face and clothes. 'Dust.
Dust. It has been months since I last dusted the basement. It must be very dirty now. 3.
Vehicle.
Vehicle.
For the sake of safety, it is advised that people have their vehicles maintained on a regular basis.
4.
Nearby.
Nearby.
Instead of going to the nearby supermarket, my mother likes to do her grocery shopping at the hypermarket far away because products tend to be cheaper there. 'Nearby.
Nearby. There aren't any hospitals nearby. If we need to see a doctor, we will have to drive for an hour. 5.
Rural.
Rural.
There is a growing number of unemployed people in both the urban and rural areas of the country as a result of the severe economic depression.
6.
Release.
Release.
Upon seeing the slide, the little boy released his grip on his mother's hand and ran to play on it.
After having been raised by humans for 3 years in a zoo, the giant pandas were eventually released into the wild.
'Release.
Release.
The man has turned over a new leaf since his release from prison last year.
7.
Lung.
Lung.
It is reported that painters run a higher risk of getting lung diseases due to their exposure to organic solvents.
8.
Contribute.
Contribute.
The car accident didn't result from drunk driving. In fact, the driver's lack of sleep contributed to the tragedy.
The kind-hearted woman regularly contributes $200 to the charity in order to help stray animals.
'Contribution.
Contribution.
Pauline, the late director of the documentary Beyond Beauty, Taiwan from Above, will always be remembered for his contributions to the land of Taiwan.
9.
Surrounding.
Surrounding.
Because of the MRT station, the house prices of the surrounding area have gone up a lot. 'Surroundings.
Surroundings. Some insects are able to blend in with their surroundings so that they can protect themselves from their predators.
'Surround.
Surround.
Taiwan is an island country surrounded by sea. As a result, it has a rich variety of seafood.
10.
Trace.
Trace.
With traces of blood in the room, the police suspected that the victim had been murdered here.
Before the photographer got ready to take a picture of the beautiful deer in the forest, it suddenly vanished without a trace.
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 Although Mrs. Wilson's dog had been missing for more than 2 weeks, she never gave up the hope of tracing it down and finding it.
Eleven.
Poisonous.
Poisonous.
All of the soldiers were equipped with gas masks in order to prevent them from breathing in poisonous gases in the war. Poison.
Poison.
Be sure to keep this box of rat poison out of the reach of your children. It is deadly. Poison.
Poison. The news report revealed that the fish in the river had been poisoned by the chemical waste from a factory. (12)
Countryside.
Countryside.
Miranda believes that taking a vacation in the countryside from time to time is helpful for her to get away from the pressure of work.
(13)
Wire.
Wire.
The monkeys are kept behind the electric fence. When they touch the wires, they will get a shock.
A power failure occurred around 5 p.m. because the electrician accidentally cut the wires of the building. (14)
Frame.
Frame.
The famous designer drew the frames of the new line of dining tables, and her assistant would color them in.
These paintings have to be put in picture frames before they are exhibited at the art gallery.
Frame.
Frame.
The mother had the photos of her 2 children framed, and she used them to decorate the walls of the living room.
(15)
Swallow.
Swallow.
Swallowing the last mouthful of the vanilla ice cream, Vicky felt a great sense of satisfaction.
(16)
Spoil.
Spoil.
The construction of the modern hotel has completely spoiled the beauty of the historic town.
The king spoils his little daughter by giving her whatever she asks for. Therefore, the princess always has her own way. (17)
Tourist.
Tourist.
A great number of foreign tourists like to visit Shilin Night Market, where various kinds of delicious Taiwanese snacks are available. Tour.
Tour. According to the itinerary, we'll go on a guided tour of the British Museum tomorrow morning.
Tourism.
Tourism.
To promote its tourism, visitors from 64 countries staying less than 30 days in Thailand do not need a visa.
18.
International.
International.
The International Computer Company, whose headquarters is located in San Francisco, has branches all over the world.
19.
Economy.
Economy.
As the economy continued to get worse, the firm had no choice but to lay off 50 employees. Economic.
Economic. Economic problems are very serious in this country, and businesses are shutting down one after another.
Economics.
Economics.
Students who take this economics course must turn in a report on free trade before the end of the term.
Twenty.
Retain.
Retain.
Despite the engine failure, the pilot did all he could to retain control over the aircraft and finally made an emergency landing.
Twenty-one.
Ruin.
Ruin.
Matthew talked on his phone during his entire dinner with Peggy, and his rude behavior ruined his first date with her. Ruin.
Ruin. The scandal has led to the ruin of the official's political career, and he has resigned from his post shortly afterward. Twenty-two.
Practical.
Practical.
The article provides some practical tips on how to remove wine and coffee stains from clothes.
Gina successfully beat out the other applicants for the management position because she had plenty of practical work experience. Twenty-three.
Decrease.
Decrease.
People have to decrease the amount of water they use because of the worsening drought. Decrease.
Decrease. A sharp decrease in the clothing company's export sales in recent years has forced it to close down. Twenty-four.
Approach.
Approach.
The expert claimed that she came up with an effective approach to bridging the gap between the poor and the rich.
With the approach of the piano competition, Erica has spent more and more time practicing the piano.
Approach.
Approach.
Many passengers got up and prepared to get off the train as it approached the train terminal.
One.
Taipei 101.
Taipei 101. 2.
Pingxi.
Pingxi. 3.
Twinkle.
Twinkle. 4.
Lunar New Year.
Lunar New Year.
Lunar.
Lunar. 5.
Sky lantern.
Sky lantern. 6.
Toxic.
Toxic. 7.
CO2.
CO2. 8.
Greenhouse effect.
Greenhouse effect.
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse. 9.
Endanger.
Endanger. Ten.
Skyscraper.
Skyscraper. 11.
LED.
LED. 12.
Sustainable.
Sustainable. 1.
Give off something.
Give off something.
The garbage gave off a sickening smell. You'd better take it out at once.
2.
Year after year.
Year after year.
Since house prices keep rising year after year, more and more young people nowadays can't afford a house of their own.
3.
Set off something.
Set off something.
The farmer set off firecrackers for the purpose of frightening away the birds that were feeding on the crops.
4.
Call off something.
Call off something.
Tomorrow's beach cleanup will be called off due to the strong typhoon. The new date will be announced on the website as soon as possible.
5.
Take root.
Take root.
Traditional Chinese medicine techniques like acupuncture and Tui Na massage have taken root in Taiwanese culture. Some people tend to go into these therapies when their muscles ache.
6.
Consist of.
Consist of.
The judging panel of this audition consists of 10 people, and one of them is a Hollywood producer.
1.
Tribute.
Contribute.
Firm.
Confirm.
Front.
Confront.
Pile.
Compile.
Press.
Compress.
Promise.
Compromise. 2.
Decrease.
Decrease.
Devalue.
Devalue.
Deforest.
Deforest.
Defrost.
Defrost.
Debug.
Debug.
Decamp.
Decamp.